Hey everybody, welcome back to the We Work to Visit Vegas webcast. The last one, the first one, seemed like it went over pretty well. And I just had to go out and talk to Michelle because I needed her to write a sticky note for me to stick up here on my monitor that says, look at the camera, because I've realized that in the last one, I spent all my time looking at my screen trying to see what's going on when I need to look here. So anyways, the response was amazing, you guys. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, because I was frankly concerned that people would not enjoy this format. But I'm glad that you did. I realize it's a little different not having Michelle here. We have had a number of comments asking when is the lovely Michelle going to be on? Well, I'm going to try, ladies and gentlemen, to drag Michelle on here next Saturday. Not this Saturday. I've got to work this weekend, but next Saturday, I'm going to put a little booze down Michelle's throat and get her in here for a live stream. It's going to happen. She's going to be right here next to me, and we will be chatting live on YouTube. I'm going to try to do it at a time that is suitable for all of our viewers. I realize that we have a lot of people in the U.S. and the different time zones, and we also have a lot of people in the U.K. and Europe that watch us. So I'm going to try to work it out to where the majority of the people are able to get in here and see it. I guess, it looks like a lot of Europe and the UK and some of the states is starting to get locked down again. So come on, you got to come and watch it. You got nothing better to do. You've got nothing better to do. Anyways, today is kind of a special episode for me. I know it's only my second one, but over the course of the quarantine, over the course of the last 8 or 9 months, I have ended up becoming very good friends with my guest today, Ben Heath of Ben Heath Vlogs. Ben is a Vegas vlogger, obviously. If you are not subscribed to him, you should give his stuff a look. He is a daily vlogger when he's in Vegas, and his videos are fantastic. He does a cocktail of the day. They're very well put together, and he's a personable guy. But I appreciate Ben today taking the time out of his day. That did not flow very well, did it, ladies and gentlemen? I appreciate Ben taking the time out today to help me out with this, because honestly it was a huge pain in his ass, because I kind of used Ben a little bit, since he is my friend, because I got him onto the Zoom call, and then I set it up, and I'm going to record a little bit of this, and I've got to click off of here, Ben, and I've got to listen to it and make sure that my volume levels and stuff. So he bore with me today while I was trying to get everything worked out. So that's appreciated, Ben, but I think it turned out pretty well. So please, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this interview with Mr. Ben Heath. That's why. So how you doing? Everything going well?
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Good. How's the lockdown going for you guys?
Oh, it's a good job. I'm a bit of an introvert anyway. I mean, I've just, as you know, just been hitting up the Xbox. So
yeah, I'm well aware.
It doesn't really, my social life is on the Xbox at the moment. But I'm sure when the pubs will be open, I'll be back down there. I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? We've all got to live through it. So hopefully it'll all be done and dusted soon.
Yeah, no kidding. Because we just got we got a curfew now, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Apparently, you're supposed to have a permission slip to be out after 10 p.m.
Did you get that from your mum?
Apparently, you have to get it from your work. They were passing them out to the third shift people at my job yesterday.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but nobody, like, the cops aren't enforcing it. And besides, my permission slip is, I saw a funny meme yesterday. It said my permission slip is the U.S. Constitution. There you go. So yeah, I can leave my house whenever I want. I'll do the 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. thing because I'm asleep anyway. But realistically, I mean, I think that the whole point of it was to shut down bars and restaurants without actually saying we're going to shut down bars and restaurants.
So we had a similar thing over here. They said all pubs had to shut by 10 o'clock, all pubs and restaurants. Now we're obviously in this lockdown now, and I do wonder when it comes back whether we'll either have a lot stricter tiers. I've seen on one news site they're looking at nowhere can sell alcohol after 9 o'clock.
Wow. How are you guys going to survive over there in the UK without alcohol after 9 o'clock?
I know. Well, we don't know if it's going to happen because I'm sure they just release all these things and then whatever least outrageous the government go with. I don't even think they know what they're doing. So.
I would think that the stopping the consumption of alcohol after 9 would be the most outrageous thing they could possibly do to you guys. I've done a bit of drinking with some of my UK, British, English, Irish, Scottish friends, and Jesus Christ, I'm pretty sure I'm still recovering.
Like I say, it is what it is. I mean, this year it's oh, here's Jess.
Hello, Jess. How are you?
You can edit her out, Dave. Don't worry about it.
Is this like a film thing?
Yeah, I'm recording right now, so hi.
Oh dear, I forgot where we were now.
We were just shooting the shit, is what we were doing. But now we are going to go ahead with the formal questions that Dave had to put in 50-point font because he needs to be able to see them.
I know I wear glasses, but I'm not that blind. I mean, I've made it 50% of the size.
Well, I don't want to be like doing this while I was trying to ask.
No, that's good, man. I mean, you know a lot of these answers, but it'll be good to have a discussion.
I do know a lot of the answers, but the people that are going to be watching this, Ben, they don't know the answers, so that's why I'm going to ask them. So, question one: where are you from? I mean, obviously England. You can tell by the accent, but where?
I'm from a county called Surrey. We live about sort of 20, 30 miles outside of London. Yeah, it's just a small village, same village as Uncle Steve. We've lived here for a few years now. This is where Jess is actually from, whereas I'm actually from the south coast, from Devon originally. But I moved up here to be with Jess, so yeah, that's where I'm living.
All right, cool. So question 2, Ben, how did you discover Vegas?
Oh, this is it's a really interesting question. There's like 2 parts to this, really. The main part is Matt Bridger.
Really?
I used to watch a lot of YouTube. If I remember back then, it was sort of Casey Neistat, nothing to do with Vegas, and a few other sort of lifestyle vloggers. And I came across Matt Bridges when I think he was at the Rio. It might have been his first one that he did. He was staying at the Rio, and then me, Jess, my friend Craig. Craig, as you call him.
It sounds exactly the same to me. You said it exactly the same both times.
We were all just sitting in the living room one day, and we actually decided to book it. So we then just went. Yeah, we booked a week for Virgin Holidays, and we went. But really, Matt Bridger is completely to blame for my Vegas obsession.
well, he's done that to a lot of people, I think.
I know.
So how often do you try to get out to Vegas, Ben? I mean, obviously pre-COVID, how often were you trying to get out to Vegas? Because right now you're not.
I have actually been this year. Well, as you know, we met up in January, although it feels like a lifetime away.
It does.
I mean, for me, twice a year is optimal. I do like going that first week of January, and then again sort of later in the summer. Next year, for instance, we're booked for March. Fingers crossed. Let's see if it happens. Yep. And I have booked September off work, although we haven't booked the trip yet. You know, I wouldn't book a trip at the moment, but I've booked the time off work from the 11th of September, I think, to the 21st of September.
Yes. So coming out for the summit, coming out for the birthday, it is going to be a good time. Yeah, because we both turned 50 this year, so yeah, it's going to have to be a party. We have to party like it's 1999 and we're 30 again.
There were strong negotiations for that date because our daughter starts primary school, and obviously I want to be here for the first few days of her primary school. Sure. But it times it well, so she'll start the week before, and I'll see her then. But it does mean Jess won't be there, but Uncle Steve will be there. So
okay. Well, that's a fair swap. We can do that. I mean, Jess is nicer to look at, but Steve's a pretty fun guy. So
yeah, no, that'd be good.
So since you got addicted to Vegas through the fault of Matt Bridger, how many times have you been?
Yeah, it's interesting. You sent me these questions about 3 minutes before this this call. I think it's either 9 or 10. I think it might be 9. I think 10 would have been my April trip.
Oh, I think, yep.
If I remember. So I think 9. Yeah, 9. But quite a lot of days. I did work out once, because obviously we do longer trips than
Sure.
you. You know, my average trip is probably not 8, 9 nights. You know, and we've done a 2-week trip before. I've done 2 5 nights, but apart from that, they've all been sort of 9, 10 nights. So we've actually spent quite a lot of physical time over there, if that makes
Right.
sense.
It does make sense. No, and you guys do that because obviously you can't just jump on a plane and be there in 4 hours.
Uh, yeah, it's a hefty old flight. I mean, it's probably 10, 11 hours there. And then you've got the rigmarole of security our end. You have to be at our airports 3 hours before for these international
Right.
flights. So the one thing I'm grateful for is the short transfer time when you actually land. You know, just jump
Nice.
in the taxi and let them rip you off and take you through the tunnel and
And there it
charge you an
is.
extra $10.
There it is. So another question I have for you, Ben, why did you decide to start vlogging?
Yeah, so this is a good one. Um, Really, the first proper one I did was with my friend Craig. We went, I think it was 2017 now, might have been 2016, 2017, 2017. And Jess didn't come. So it was the first time I went without her. So the point in that video really was for her to see what we were doing. Obviously inspired by, you know, likes of you guys, Matt and Nikki and such like. So it wasn't really meant for anyone else to watch it really.
Right.
Just sort of Jess to see what we were getting up to. And then it's kind of gone from there. I really enjoyed doing it. You know, you have a rubbish day at work. I like to sort of get back and look back at the fun times
Absolutely.
we've
Absolutely.
had. So I've continued it, and there's sort of, yeah, made some good friends really, like you and Bridger. You know, made some really good friends from it. So
Sure. No, the
it's been a
same.
really
It's
positive
the
thing.
same. It's we've got a pretty tight little community going on, I think, with this vlogging thing. And your vlogs have actually, your channel has actually, I mean, really took off pretty quickly. I mean, you're how many subscribers are you up to now, Ben?
Oh, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to have a look. It's one of those things I haven't looked at this in ages. I think it was you guys who did a shout out for me and got me over the 3,000 mark. Yeah, 3,086.
That's
So
amazing. That's amazing.
yeah,
I mean, because you have not been doing this for what, 2 years now?
yeah. I think, you know, really when you look at my videos, I think there's, let's have a look. You know, that's I think there's only really sort of maybe 3 or 4. So there's January I did, October, um, and then yeah, so 4.
Four
No,
trips.
5. Blimey, 5. More than I thought, but not
Yeah.
very many. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. No, I mean, because it's actually kind of weird to be on YouTube and to know that people are watching your stuff. You know what I mean? It,
Yeah.
it it does get a little odd. You see the comments and stuff. People are like, "Oh my God, you're great. We know you." And but it's good. I mean, I'm glad we decided to start doing it. We have a good time with it.
Yeah, no, yours are great. I think the thing is, when I did the first one with Craig, I remember I wasn't really that nervous or anything because I wasn't expecting anyone to watch it. You know, it was just,
Right.
as I said, what it was for. I'd filmed a few bits before because I just enjoy cameras and things like that. You know, I've got a drone and
Yep.
little thing. I just enjoy that sort of stuff. But then when I went after that, I just remember that we actually had quite a few views, and actually I got quite nervous because I thought actually there are people, you know, not in masses in the grand scheme of things, but there's a
Yeah.
couple of
No,
thousand, a few thousand
absolutely.
people watching this.
That's you kind of
Um,
do have to, and there comes a point where you kind of do have to watch what you say a little bit. I tend to not really give a shit, but Michelle does. Obviously, she is the voice of reason behind the We Work to Visit Vegas channel.
If,
Otherwise, I'd probably be banned from YouTube.
yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, and I think over time that becomes a bit conditioned in you, and I think that's one of the reasons people liked Steve, my uncle Steve, in the videos because he had no filter. The guy
No.
just said on his mind because he was blown away. You know, he's come to this city. He's never been anywhere like that. You know, it
Right.
took me nearly 2 years of badgering him to convince him to go out. And he was just blown away. And just, I love watching those videos of his reactions sometimes because it's so natural. There's no hiding anything. It's just the way he is. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
again another reason to film it.
Steve's an awesome guy, and I cannot wait to meet him in person, and hopefully we get to do that in March. So moving on though, a lot of the people that are watching right now, you guys know we don't do our vlogs daily while we're in Vegas. We wait until we're back, and then I edit because I got to do all the fancy stuff. Ben Heath, on the other hand, does a daily vlog from Vegas. The day after he records it, he puts it up, which is a very popular format. But my question, Ben, how much time do you take out of your day editing this thing up?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. I think, I do a lot of the prep work before I go. So I have like the intros and sort of little tiny sections set up. So I use Filmora on the laptop, and I think that helps speed the process up a little bit. It takes me about sort of an hour to an hour and a half, but that's time. I don't take any time out of my holiday as such, if that makes sense,
Yep.
because I would have been watching Netflix at that time in the room. And when we wake up, everyone does those bits. So when I get in, either when I get in or when I get up, I dump all the footage on
Right.
and from my camera. And then, everything's pretty sequential. I don't really edit mine to a massive way. It is just a trip report. As you see, it's quite a natural flow to the day.
Yep.
As you see, it's how the day is. So I just cut out clips that perhaps I think either that's dragged on too long or too short, or what have you. And then put some smooth transitions in, and we're done. And then I just let it export and go to YouTube while we're out and about during the day, which probably takes another hour and a half. And then it will just alert my phone when it's uploaded. So
there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I've got it done to a point where it doesn't interrupt my holiday, because I think that would ruin the fun of it.
Yes.
I couldn't do it live if it interrupted the actual holiday, because primarily I'm there to have fun. The vlogs are just a bit of enjoyment when I get home rather than when I'm out there.
Yeah, and that's why we don't do it there. I mean, I made the decision when we first started doing this that I wanted to do fancy. You know what I mean? With fancy editing and music and stuff added. And obviously, there's nothing wrong with the way you do it. I love the way you and Bridger and a few other people do it with the daily trip reports. We just do it differently. So that's the beauty of this Vegas niche that we're in, is that people will have a variety of options, a variety of ways to watch Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. And I completely agree with you. I like the different styles that people have. It keeps it interesting. If everyone did it exactly the same, then it wouldn't be so interesting. And I think that means that there's a lot more content creators for Vegas out there.
Yeah, and everybody's got different personalities, different ways they see
Yeah.
Vegas, different ways they present it, and it really does make for a nice community of people and a great way to see different aspects of Vegas. So my next question, Ben, how did the cocktail of the day come about?
Yeah, again, this is it's a natural sort of progression as part of the vlog, I think. However, I do need to thank Nicky Firmage he did the intro for me, and that
That's right. You told me that at one point.
A segment, I've always enjoyed cocktails. It's just something I really like. If we go, I tell you what's funny is, although I like nice cocktail bars and all of that, I also like real pubs with real people, and to have a nice pint of beer. I love Ellis Island, for instance. I love the feel of the bar area in the centre, even Stage Door, for instance. I love that atmosphere. But I also love like the Skyfall Lounge and things like that. So
sure, same.
And I just thought people would be interested in that, quite honestly. People always ask me, what cocktails do you like? So I just put it in there, and Nicky made that intro for me, and it just seems to flow really well.
It works out. I think it's something that you have definitely become known for your little intro. People are it's like a meme on Facebook now within the Vegas groups. People will post their picture of their cocktail of the day, and I'm trying to influence everybody, and I'm going to insert a picture here, but I'm trying to influence everybody to take a picture with their drink with the face that Ben makes in his intro, because there is just one point in there, and it just makes me laugh every time.
Yeah, I mean, I think I got Michelle into the raspberry lemon drop martinis at Cosmo when we met up in
you did
January, didn't I?
You did, and I was drinking, and Jody Moss got me into the cappuccino martinis. Unfortunately, that day I felt like hell, because that was the day I was coming down with the corona.
Yeah, you weren't well, were you, when you got back?
I thought I was hungover, but it was not. I was not. I was not.
I remember you were ill for a while. You kind of went dark. We didn't.
No. When we got back, I was done for like a week and a half. Just done. Just absolutely done. So Are you married? I know we just saw some footage of Jess in the background, so that kind of gave the surprise away. But
Yeah,
I might end up cutting that out. I might not. I might move it around and put it here so people can see your wife in the back being ridiculous with her dirty socks. But
yeah,
so, are
man.
you married?
Yeah, Jess and I have been married for God since 2012. Anyway, I should remember that, shouldn't
You
I?
should
You see, the problem is
absolutely
dates have
remember.
disappeared this year because of quarantine and everything. I don't know what's going on anymore. No, I think 8 years this year. August 2012, we got married. But we've been together sort of 12, 13 years now. So we've been
Ah,
together quite a long time.
very cool, very cool. And kids.
Yeah, we've got one daughter called Aria. I'll give you three guesses what she's named after.
Um, I wouldn't even begin to know. I don't have any idea.
You're joking. The Aria Casino. She's named after the Aria Resort.
See
Believe
that
it or not.
that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Vegas lover right there. A Vegas lover. He named his kid after a casino.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting story for her when she's older. But I tell you what, before Aria was born, and we've been once since she's been born together. I mean, just Vegas became a place Jess and I just loved, and we found an escape there from just normal life, and
No, we get it.
you can do all sorts. So, and the Aria was sort of the first. It wasn't the first resort we stayed at. That was the MGM, but it was the first real resort we both stayed at that we just thought we love this place.
No, I get it.
The place is
You're
fantastic.
preaching to the choir here. I mean, Michelle and I, that's our spot. I mean, Vegas is, and most people watching this that are taking the time to watch this particular type of broadcast from us is 100% a Vegas lover and completely gets that themselves. So, as we all know, I actually know Jess, and Ben is a member of what I like to call the Punch Club. Actually, Ben turned me onto the term the Punch Club because we are apparently punching above our weight. Ben's wife is quite attractive. We also include Nikki Firmage in this club, whether he likes it or not. You've all seen Coin Show Claire. Nikki's punching above his weight. Nikki's punching above his height, actually. And
He's a little guy.
I'm leaving it in. I'm leaving it in just because Nikki hates it when we mess with him about how tall he is. Because he's really not that short.
I think it's a common thing. I would say Bridger is as well.
Oh,
Suzanne's a very
100%. 100%.
lovely looking lady. So yeah, it must be a Vegas
It's
lovers thing to have
it's a
attractive
vlogger thing.
wives.
It's a vlogger thing. We're pretty impressive.
Oh, what was the question again? How does it feel? I'm just very lucky. I'm very lucky.
You
I
are.
can't-
So, okay, here's a question that people have been asking. I have occasionally seen this online, like on Facebook and stuff. Is Uncle Steve really your uncle?
Yes, yes, he has. And what's interesting is, like I said, I've been badgering him for years to come to Vegas. So Steve and I have a tradition and have had for years where we meet down the pub, an old school, old fashioned English pub on a Sunday afternoon, which I video called you from there drunk sometimes.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Um, and
Usually
we,
while I'm at work and miserable. Thank you.
but generally on a Sunday we'll go down there, watch some sport, and play some cards. And for years we've been doing that, and I've been badgering him to come with me. And I finally got him there, and he loves it. He'll be back in March and September, and as long as he can be going for.
That's fantastic. Seriously, I mean, because we've talked about it, and during the real quarantine, when basically the entire world was shut down, every Saturday night we got together on a Zoom call with
Yeah,
us, the Firmages. John Rare was there with us. Hog and Two Cent popped in a few times.
the Mosses.
The Mosses were there.
Yeah.
Gina and John Kerry were there every week, but I have no idea where I was going with this. I don't remember at all. Oh yeah, Uncle Steve was there. That was the whole point of that whole
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, got to know him, and I mean, just a funny guy, just a dry sense of humor.
Yeah, I hope you got your drinking shoes on for March.
I
That
do
boy can
not.
drink.
I do not. I'm going to bring the drinking boots because I don't think the shoes are going to be enough.
He'll teach you how to drink, I tell you. And his birthday is on St. Patrick's Day, right? When we're going to be there. So that could be one hell of an evening.
Oh my God. We are going to be in Vegas for St. Patrick's Day, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's funny. There's a picture of him on my wall, believe it or not. So, oh my God, years ago, this local artist painted that photo of that picture of Steve just drinking his pint at his table. And sadly, that guy passed away. And Steve's made me look after it ever since. So I've got a little man cave here, as you know, and he sits there behind me.
Okay, Ben. So we spent a little bit of time talking about your cocktail of the day and how you came up with that. And out of all of the cocktails of the day, do you have a favorite?
I do. It's my favourite bar as well. So it's the Parasol at Parasol Down at Wynn.
We have never been.
I'm going to take you there.
Yeah, no, 100%. We have never been. It's on the list, but
you need to go there during the day and then again at night. So during the day, to me, Parasol Down, the bar itself, it's just so peaceful. It's, you know, I think sometimes, especially when you're there for 8 or 9 nights, the noises of the slot machines, you almost fall asleep and you're still hearing the ringing of those slot machines. When you go there, they've got like a waterfall and it's just like it's the Lake of Dreams, I think it's called. And you can just sit there in the sun and chill out. You can't hear any of that. It's very peaceful. It's just such a nice place to be during the day.
A nice break from that hectic activity that is Las Vegas.
And in the evening, they have shows on the fountains. Oh. And they're every half hour, and there's music to them, and they've got all sorts of light shows, video shows. They've got like this giant frog that comes out of the fountain and off the waterfall that you just wouldn't know was there. And so, like I said, there's 2 different experiences to that bar, and their signature drink is the Parasol.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Pear-based cocktail. It's lovely. Perfect.
Yeah, we're ready for that for sure. Ready for that for sure. Okay, so where's your favorite place to stay when you're in Vegas, Ben?
I suppose we touched on this the Aria, but I probably have 2 actually. So the Aria is my favorite resort. I absolutely love the Aria. I love the space in the casino, the way that it's set out. I really like its position on the strip.
Yes.
You know, You can get pretty much anywhere from that. It's the pools are nice. So from a perfect resort point of view, there's that. However, I more commonly stay at the Luxor. If I'm with Steve, I tend to stay, or you know, if I'm not with Jess, I'll stay at the Luxor. And the main reason that is comps. I don't pay resort fees there.
Right.
They give me good resort credit. The tower rooms that are new, the tower rooms are brand new. They're really nice. So that's more important to me when I'm not with Jess, really, than the pools, perhaps, that when I am with Jess. But if I'm with her, then the Aria all day long.
Yeah, we have never stayed at the Luxor together, and we never will, because that's where she stayed with her ex-husband. So that's off. Right. That is off my list. That is off. That is off my list. And speaking of favorites in Vegas, do you have a favorite place to eat?
Yes, again, that's in the Aria. Julian Serrano. So, you know, I could talk about steaks and all of that like everyone else would all day long in Vegas. But Julian Serrano is a tapas restaurant, and I hope that survives COVID. I really, really do. Of all the restaurants there, I will be gutted the day I see Vital Vegas or what have you shoot off at that's been shut. I will probably cry because the tapas is unreal, and it's just sat in the entrance of the Aria, right? So you can just see people coming into their holidays. You can see people rocking up and checking in, and it's just that buzz of the crowd walking through. You can see the casino. The food is fantastic. Yeah, it's a must-do every time. I think it's the only restaurant I've gone to every single time I've gone to Vegas.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I always take time.
You're so fancy. We do Dirt Dog, and you do Julian Serrano.
Well, this is the thing, though. I love Dirt Dog. I'm a big fan. I love Shake Shack, In-N-Out Burger. I love all of that. Nacho Daddy. But you know what? Occasionally, I like to dress up and have a nice meal.
We're the same way. We're the same way. I've even been known to put on a jacket a time or two.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you have any must-dos in Vegas other than getting shit-faced and eating good food?
Yeah, and I suppose I thought about this when you said that, because I suppose must-dos are sort of 2 things. There's us guys that go all the time, and our must-dos are very different than if you were just going to Vegas and doing must-dos. So from the UK, you know, I would say shooting. We don't have guns here, right, like you guys do. So hit up a shooting range. I've done it once, really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's great fun. So I would say that if I was sort of saying to someone, especially from the UK, what to do, go there,
Right.
do some shooting. And MJ1, the Cirque du Soleil, again, if that survives, I thought that was fantastic.
We've never seen that one, and we're honestly hoping that we're going to be able to, because the word on the street is that Cirque is not doing well right now.
I know, yeah. Everything you see just says that they're struggling, you know, and clearly financially they're struggling, and I suppose no one could foresee that they were going to be shut. I mean, who could ever foresee the Vegas Strip being shut?
No,
I mean,
nobody
knows where they kept the keys to these casinos when they had to shut down, because when, you know, this just never happened.
Do they even have locks on the doors, or do they like have to add them? I mean, for real, I've never really paid attention to the doors, you know, or I just don't know.
Yeah,
it's just a mess right now. It's just a mess. I mean, nobody has any idea what's going on. It's a shame that, you know, our potential March trip is what, 4 months away, 5 months away, and we don't have any idea.
Oh, I give it a 50% chance or less that we can go from the UK. I mean, I'm staying optimistic. I really hope, because this will be the third Vegas trip that would have been cancelled for me.
Right.
But, and I know there's more important things in the world going on, you know, with
not much
everything. But I just want to get there, man.
No, I get it.
You know,
I get
feel
it.
sorry for these people that work in these places that are suffering. You know, they're the ones losing their jobs, and with the performers, it's terrible, man. And MJ1, yeah, it's fantastic. The show, from the moment you get in there, it's just like a performance from even the moment you enter the door to get in the theatre to the moment you leave. And yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Must do. Yeah. If you hate Michael Jackson, don't do it.
No, I love Michael Jackson. If you hate Michael Jackson, get off my channel.
I'm a big MJ fan, so to me, I absolutely loved it.
All right, and where were we at? Okay, so we play pretty much exclusively slots. How about you, Ben? Do you play table games? Do you play slots? A little mix of both?
Mainly slots, although I will play roulette once when I'm out there, and I'll play blackjack once when I'm out there, and I'll play craps once when I'm out there. But yeah, mainly slots, really. I like, especially when I've been drinking, you know, I don't want to have to put too much thought into what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because that's when you make mistakes.
You can do this.
All I'm
going to do is do this.
I can do that. Press a button and ask for
yeah.
Just, you know, pretty much all I've got to remember.
And you don't have to stop then. You can give it one of these.
Actually. And yeah, so I mean, like I say, I will it's probably moves you on to your next question, because although I play slots, my biggest win isn't on slots, actually. It's on blackjack. But
really?
It was over the night. It wasn't an individual win. Jess and I were in what was the Monte Carlo at the time, and we were a bit early for our dinner reservation. I said, "Oh, do you mind if I just have a quick go at blackjack?" This must have been about half eight at night. We hadn't drunk at the time. Anyway, I think it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and we hadn't gone for dinner. And I was still sat at that same table, and I think it was about $1,500 up.
Wow, that's a good night.
I only bought in for $100. That's what it's the return on that $100, because it was only meant to be a half-hour thing before dinner.
Right.
But you know, the table started going well, the Coronas were flowing, and it just carried on. And oh my God, I felt so rough the next day, I have to say, but it was worth it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you will wake up with an extra $1,400 in your pocket. I'll take a little bit of feeling rough, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was brilliant. No, it was fantastic. So on an individual win, that's although it's not an individual hand win, it was the same game, if that makes sense.
It does make sense, yes.
On a bonus $400 on Wheel of Fortune. Again, that was another one waiting for our table at Mandalay Bay as well. We just put $20 in because we saw the cocktail waitress coming, so we thought, oh, we'll stick $20 in Wheel of Fortune and pay $1 a spin.
Done it. I think we've all done that. You see there's a cocktail waitress. Just sit down here real quick. You got to like stay ahead of them sometimes.
Well, first spin, which I think it was a $2 spin, Wheel of Fortune, dollar denomination, $400 and a drink.
Okay.
Before dinner.
My night's complete. I'm done.
Yeah. So that's it.
I've
never had a hand pay. Never had an elusive hand pay. One day, but you know, suppose the thing is, I'm not a big gambler. My sweet spot for spins is between sort of $1.20 and perhaps $2.50.
Yeah, we're about the same. Although
So
this last trip, I was pounding out the $3.50, $4 bets because
uh,
I just want a hand pay, man. Come on.
don't we all?
Huh? I just want that to come up on my screen. Call the attendant. You know,
No,
Michelle has been twice. Michelle's been within $5 of a hand pay, which is honestly better than breaking that $1,200 threshold at like 12:05. Now you're gonna pay taxes on it. You know, but
yeah, we don't have that issue coming to America, do we?
no,
So
you don't because you don't have to pay taxes on it.
no, we don't pay taxes on gambling income. So in America, so yeah, if we get 1,200, it's 1,200. So I'd rather the hand pay, but I suppose it depends on casino though, because I've heard some casinos will still take it back, and then you've got to
Fight
apply
for
for
it.
it. Yeah. So yeah, no, I see why you guys for you guys it's 11.95's far better than 1,200. They should update that really. That's such a dated amount when you think of how much inflation's sort of happened over the years.
There's a lot of dated amounts in this country. There are.
This doesn't seem much. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at people who gamble perhaps $10 a spin, I mean, they're going to get regular hand pays, and then they have to go through that process of.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll see, we all follow the Vegas stuff on Facebook and Twitter, and you'll see, oh, I had a $10,000 winner, and you zoom in real close, and you see they're betting $20 a spin. I'm gonna bet you're at least 10 grand into this 10 grand. You know what I mean?
Oh no, yeah.
You've really got to put some work into it to come out ahead of the game. You know what I mean? It's just that doesn't just happen. It does. We've seen a few occasions where it has just happened. People spend a 35-cent bet, and all of a sudden they hit a $10,000 bonus.
Well, that's really not on an individual win, but we had a trip in 2016, I think it was. It must have been June. That the actual trip paid near enough for our next trip later in the year.
Perfect.
It was just over every day we ended up from our original money. Like
sure.
it just happened. There were no big wins. It was just small wins here and there. But it just accumulated by the end, and then that allowed us to go later that year.
Yeah, that's a fantastic trip then. You can't ask for a better trip than that. Anytime you can come out ahead by the end of the week. I mean, you can always have a good day where you come out ahead, but if you finish the week ahead, then you've beaten Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, whatever I take, I assume I'm not bringing home. Which this January where I met you guys over there, that was certainly the case. I could not hit anything. And I'm quite I've tracked all my gambling from when I very first gone in the spreadsheet. I'm sure you're not surprised.
Not at all.
Yeah, that was by far my worst trip, January, for gambling. I don't mind. I mean, I took it to lose it, but
no,
boy did I lose it.
I'm the exact same way. The people you always see the comments, the questions. How much do you take for a gambling budget? How much should I take for a gambling budget? Take what you can afford to lose.
Yeah,
because if you're going to Vegas to make money, you shouldn't be going to Vegas.
And it's what you feel comfortable losing as well.
Sure.
You think about in the morning. So, when you wake up in the morning, you don't feel bad you've lost that money. That's how much you take. Because the moment you wake up and you've lost it and you feel bad and you've ruined your holiday, you've taken too much.
Yes, 100%. We were when we were out there for our last trip, we were gambling with Vic and Jen Rodropoulos, some friends of ours, at the Cosmo, and we had spent some time on the chandelier bars. I'm sure you saw in our video. We were not feeling any pain. We did not have any qualms about throwing money into a slot machine. We ended up down $800. I woke up the next day. I'm like, oh shit, I lost $800 last night, but I had a really good time, and that was it. It was done.
Yeah, I see it as an entertainment budget. People go to these all-inclusive resorts or go, Mexico, Barbados, wherever it may be, and they probably spend the same as what we do. We don't pay for our rooms, and
that's exactly it. That room.
So the gambling's just entertainment.
That free room is my gambling budget.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is. It's I don't have to pay for a room and gambling. And I know there's a lot of people that are going for the first time that are trying to do both. They have to pay for the room and stuff. But as I've said, I can't even tell you how many times I've said this on my channel. If you are going to Vegas for the first time, do not spend $1 without getting a Players Club card. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. And we didn't discover players cards the very first time we went, and I wish we had. It was the second time. No, I'm glad we did, because yeah, it transforms it. It makes it more affordable. Where I could never go twice a year if I
No.
didn't have the free rooms. I just couldn't afford it. So I play the system quite well. I wait till the flights are at their cheapest, and with the free rooms, you know, I can get to Vegas, have a holiday and back for sort of £400, which is $600.
That's as cheap as I can do it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
and then obviously it's just whatever you spend when you're there.
Which is usually a lot.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Well, we appreciate you taking the time out with us today. I know you're trying to
Thanks for
get a
having me,
little
man.
bit of work done, but I do appreciate you took the time with us. And I'm going to see you later this afternoon in the lovely resort of Verdansk.
Yeah, that aeroplane in Verdansk has been the plane, the only plane I've been on since Vegas.
Yeah, because we've been to Vegas once, but if anybody's wondering, we play video games.
Yeah.
You've heard Michelle bitch about it a number of times. It's been a running joke, but Ben and I during quarantine we played video
A lot.
games
Well, every
daily,
day.
daily, daily,
Yeah.
daily,
So
and
now
we
we just do it
become
whenever we can.
yeah because Ben and I we started chatting. I'm probably gonna have to edit this and put this in the beginning, but Ben and I started chatting online, just kind of, hey, I knew him through the Vegas club and through Bridger and stuff, kind of chatted and stuff, and then ended up meeting him in person for the first time in January. But over the course of this last summer, this last 8 months, Ben and I have become really good friends. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
we talk daily, and
Yeah.
even if we're not, because I work a weird schedule, so I'm not always able to get online and game, but we still message each other, daily. I talk to Nikki Firmish pretty often. Matt Moss I talk to pretty often, not as much lately. He's been busy with the new house and stuff, but I mean we've made some great friendships over the last 8 months, even through
Yeah,
quarantine.
there's definitely been a massive positive to what's happened. It'd be great. I'll tell you what, if we can get there in March, Dave.
Uh, yeah, I'm already getting the drinking shoe shine, so it's
First round of cocktails are on me, mate.
oh, the second is going to be on me. We're
Oh,
gonna have to
man.
have a dedicated waitress. We're gonna be like, look, you just stay right here, because by the time you get there and back, we're gonna need another round.
We're gonna need another one of those.
Yep. Yeah, just get a conveyor belt and just start feeding them on there.
As it comes, yeah, we'll have another one of those.
Yep. Well, again, Ben, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate
No
it.
worries.
It was a pleasure
I'll speak
having
to
you
later,
on.
mate.
Yep, and we will talk to you later.
Yeah, speak to you later.
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The first ever interview on the We Work to Visit Vegas webcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed talking to Ben. I knew a lot of the answers to the questions, but some of them I have heard while I was not particularly sober on a Zoom call, so I didn't remember all the details. So it was cool for me to hear all of it. Guys, thanks again so much for watching. I really, truly hope that you enjoyed this interview, and I hope you're looking forward to more, because I'm going to be doing more of these. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up down below. Comment if you have any questions for me, if you have any questions for Ben. Subscribe, please. It helps. It does. It really helps us out. I'm probably about 150 subscribers away from 6,000 right now, and would love to hit that number in the next couple of weeks. I know things kind of slow down subscriber-wise between our Las Vegas trip videos, but let's see if we can keep this rolling. Guys, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure doing this, and I'm going to see you guys next time. See ya.